Welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour, your source for all hard rock, heavy metal, new metal, alternative, punk, horror punk, hardcore, rock, and all local bands, with your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bodfather.
This is Donnie, a.k.a. the DRP, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour. Ruckus!
The views and opinions of the guest do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of BODS Mayhem Radio Network, its staff, affiliates, or sponsors. Parental discretion is advised. Welcome to BODS Mayhem Radio Network.
Hey everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I am your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bodfather. As always, I'm bringing you guys and gals awesome interviews. Today, it's an honor and a privilege to have Singer Songwriter Donnie, a.k.a. the DRP. The DRP has been in music for 15 years plus, guys. First with his rap metal band called Soar, and then joining Primer 55 in 2009. His first solo CD, Underground Kills Corporate, came out in 2007 with guest appearances from Raw, The Rugged Man, Jared of Head PE, Potluck, Critical Bill, and more. The follow-up CD, The King of Ruckus Rap, came out in 2011 and featured Saint Dog of Cottonmouth Kings and 4 Primer 55 songs. The DRP unveils personal authenticity with official music video for HeroWin. I hope I pronounced that right, HeroWin. It's out now via his own record label called Force 5 Records. And we're going to be talking to Donnie, a.k.a. the DRP, about all this good stuff. So, man, how's it going?
It's going good, man. How you doing?
Doing awesome. First off, glad to see somebody to overcome their addiction and to heal and process and move forward. So kudos to you, good sir.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
Let's jump right into this. How's it been working with Tag Publicity so far?
Well, I've known Tom for a while, actually. He's got a lot of the same friends in the music community. You know, with me being in Primer 55 for a while, we knew a lot of the same people and stuff like that. And when I started up my label again a couple of years ago, I actually talked to Tom about doing some publicity for my first big signing with Saint Dog from the Cottonmouth Kings. And we discussed a few different things, but it just never came to fruition. And then, eventually I knew that we would eventually be working together. So, I had this single that I've been working on for the last 2 years and finally got it done, got the video shot and stuff like that. And I know he works so hard for the people that he works with. So I wanted to work with him on this. So he's done a lot for me so far. He's really helped push the single for me, helped me, get the song out there to more ears and stuff like that. So I really appreciate everything that Tom and his wife do, with Tag Publicity.
I got to say this. I work with a lot of great PR firms out there, and Tom and Tracy, they're always pumping out press releases for bands and stuff. So them and a couple others that I deal with, man, they work their asses off for you guys.
The thing I like about Tom is he genuinely loves music. You know what I mean? Like, You could tell just talking to him over the last couple of years, like, we just discussed music and stuff like that. It wasn't just like, I can do this for you, I can do this for you. We just talk music, you know what I mean? And, like, I like to work with people like that, just genuine, you know what I mean? Like, you could tell, you could spot it, I've been in this industry for so many years now, and I'm not saying I know everything right away, who's genuine, who's not, but you get a good vibe with certain people, and I always got that vibe with Tom.
Oh, yeah, instantly. You get that gut feeling. Yes, indeed, sir. Yes, indeed. This style of music you're doing now, you call it Ruckus Rap. Let's talk about that a little bit. Give some bit of background on this. What is Ruckus Rap?
Well, basically, I do a lot of different genres together. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like to call myself a rapper. I call it, I'm a songwriter, but, I rap. I've done metal. Primer 55 was rap metal. Soar was rap metal. I even do country. You know what I mean? The new single it's got a little country vibe to it. You know what I mean? So, many years ago, my first band, Soar, we had our first CD release, and we did a big live interview in Rock 102.1 in Milwaukee here. It was, one of the biggest stations in town, obviously, and we premiered the CD and stuff like that, and we had people call in, and one guy, like, he said something weird like Linkus, and my drummer's like, yeah, Ruckus. And we just started yelling Ruckus into the mic, and all of a sudden, everybody that called in started yelling Ruckus to us. And I'm like, you guys, like, Ruckus is like our tag, our motto, you know what I mean? So I started yelling it at every show, and all of a sudden I became known as Ruckus. and my music became Ruckus Rap. You know, it's not rap, it's not metal, it's not punk, it's not hip hop. It's Ruckus Rap. It's a little bit of everything. You know what I mean? So that's how I define it. That's how my brand is. You know what I mean? So it's kind of taken off from there. You know what I mean? So I'm happy. I yell Ruckus at every show, and everywhere I go, people yell Ruckus to me, and it's kind of cool.
That's awesome, man. And it's good you're bringing your own flavor of music to metal, rock, every world out there, because I feel we need new stuff out there.
Yeah, definitely. Like, you know, everyone's got their own thing, you know.
Right.
But in the last 20 years, you know, genres really aren't a thing anymore. You know, when I was a kid, you know, there was pop, and then there was rock, and then there was metal, and then hip hop or rap wasn't really even a thing when I was a kid. You know what I mean? It was just coming to be. But it's really not genres anymore. You know, even look at, you got country rap these days. You know what I mean? The country rap's become one of the biggest things now, and I think as long as it's music and it's authentic, I love it. But you can tell when certain things aren't authentic or not. I don't care about genres. I care about authenticity in my musicians.
Not to get off subject here, but I want to ask you this, since we're talking about this. I now see festivals, including metal rock festivals, that are including some rap artists, and it's going over very well. What do you think about this now that we're bridging that gap?
Me, personally, I love it. You know what I mean? Because I've always been like that. But I get certain people, like certain metalheads will be like, fuck rap, I don't want to have anything to do with it. I understand that completely. You know what I mean? Like, I'm about to join, I can't say yet, but there's a big thrash metal band that's a huge name, you know, for the last 30 years that I'm about to become the lead singer. And I know I'm going to get some flack for it because I do rap. But you know what? You can't. Real punk and thrash rockers don't give a fuck about that anyway, so I'm not going to give a fuck about it. But I understand it. You know, people want their shit pure, and it's got to be, if it's just metal, it's just metal. But I've never been that way. My whole life, it's never been that way. You know what I mean? So to each his own, but I love the fact that some metal festivals are throwing rap in there because I like it all. You know what I mean? Like I said, as long as it's authentic.
Can you
give me a rapper that's not authentic, I'm going to fucking hate him. There's even metal bands that are not authentic. I'm going to hate them. But it you know what I mean? Like, it's just my opinion, and everyone has their own opinion on those things.
Can you give us a little hint who this band is that you're going to be joining, or you just want to wait?
I can't say it yet because we're basically, actually, Tom from Tag Publicity is working on that one too. So they're working on a strategy of how to slowly promote that whole band thing. Like, it's already been announced of this band reforming, but we haven't said the lead singer yet. So I can't announce it yet because there's a publicity campaign for it. So I'm just letting it take its course right now. But it's one of my favorite bands from when I was a kid, and I'm super honored to be their lead singer. Yeah, I've already said too much. My homeboy, so I'm in the studio right now with my buddy Rick and Kyle. We're working on music, and they're telling me not to say anymore. Yeah.
Soon,
Rick
folks.
said
Soon. I'm going to get Donnie in so much shit.
Yeah.
We'll move on. So you have released.
Next question.
Moving forward.
Yeah, what are you doing to me?
So you have released the official music video for, and I hope I pronounce this correctly, is it HeroWin or HeroWin?
It's HeroWin, but obviously it looks like HeroWin.
Right.
I want to be like, obviously it's about addiction. It's about the struggles of drugs and basically losing your life to that shit. But it was supposed to be about like rising above that and being the hero in your own story, like winning in the end. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Everyone, it doesn't matter. Addiction can destroy. I've been to, you know, NA groups and stuff like that and learned a lot about myself. But I learned that it doesn't have a color. It doesn't have a salary. You know, like rich doctors to, you know, McDonald's employees. Like everyone in between that, we can all suffer, you know, from addiction, and but we can all be a hero in the end. You know what I mean? Like, we just have to rise above that. You got to beat your demons. And I know some people don't want to say addiction is a disease or anything like. I don't care to argue that kind of stuff. But you have to say this. They say 10% of all people are predisposed to addiction. And I believe that, you know what I mean? Because my whole life I never touched drugs. All of a sudden one day I did in my 30s, and for some reason I couldn't stop. You know what I mean? So I believe firmly that certain people are just predisposed to it. But you also have the choice to get off that shit. So
yeah,
I hope everyone that's listening to this that actually is going through something like that, finds it in themselves and the strength to get off that shit, because it's horrible.
I lost my cousin a year ago, and she done drugs ever since she was 16 years old, and it was fun. It was sad to see her last days, and her saying that she didn't get to know her family because the drugs were her life. That's hard to swallow. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I've had a few people that have been close to me that died, and I'm one of the lucky ones that got through it. Unfortunately, like your cousin wasn't one of the lucky ones, and
right.
I'm sorry to hear that, but it's no joke. And in this day and age, there's so many more drugs out there, and we just need to. I don't know. There's no real right answer about it. You just hope anyone that's going through that, I pray they get out of that and see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Since this song took you a while to write, did this allow you to step forward in the healing and recovering process for you?
Oh, absolutely. Music's always been my life, you know what I mean? And when I was getting clean, I thought I was giving up music. I was like, I was like, I just need to get better, and I just need to be clean. And I was like, I think I'm just going to try to live a normal life. But music's always been my life, even since I was a little kid, you know what I mean? And as my brain was healing, as I was getting stronger, going through rehab and stuff like that, I realized that music is actually my healing process, and writing that song was very therapeutic for me. You know what I mean? And I never thought that I'd get to the point where I am at again. Where I feel good about myself, and my record label's doing well, my career's doing well again. But that doesn't even matter. You know what I mean? Like, music's always been therapy. Multiple music is therapy. You know what I mean? And that song was basically me washing myself an addiction away from me. You know what I mean? Like, it helped. It helped tremendously.
Who directed this video for you?
Actually, my buddy Mars from the Bay Area. He's a really popular horrorcore musician. He's I don't know if you know, like, if you're familiar with like ICP or Twisted and stuff like that. Yeah. He's in that same vein, but he's got a really nice fan base himself. But he's on my label, and I already had the song written, and he helped me kind of like he basically directed like how we're going to do the storyline and stuff like that, because again, it's not $1 million video. We had to do it in a low budget way. So he really had some good ideas of how to make it look powerful with the budget that we had. You know what I mean? So yeah, my buddy Mars is on the label, my label Force 5 Records. He's really good with doing photography for us, doing all the website stuff, and doing videos. So he's like a jack of all trades. And
it's good work with somebody that knows what you want exactly.
Oh yeah, I've been working with him for over a decade now. So we can talk to each other without even talking to each other. We know what we're saying. You know what I mean?
That's always a plus, my friend. This song, is it going to be on an upcoming EP or album, or are you still writing on something right now?
Yeah. I'm still, I'm trying to write an album, but I've been getting sidetracked between all the other stuff for the label. Like I got St. Dog's record coming out. He's from the Cottonmouth Kings, and I just signed a deal with Suburban Noise Records to release that album. So we just finished that one. I'm working on Mars and Danny Diablo. Danny Diablo's from the hardcore bands Crown of Thorns and Starhead. He also did an album with Jamie Johnson from Hatebreed called Ice Pick. Yeah. But he's one of my good friends. We're working on an album together. So, the labels, I'm releasing so much different, music and stuff like that. Sometimes my solo stuff gets on the back burner, but it's for the greater good of the label and for the greater good of, the artists that we're doing. So, unfortunately, sometimes the DRP gets put on the back burner. So, but it doesn't matter. Like, I'm having a lot of fun with everything we're doing, so it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, I released an EP with a group called the Nomads, which is Chucky Chuck from Suburban Noise Records. And then Insane Poetry, he's on Lyrical Snuff Productions. And Insane Poetry used to be Vanilla Ice's, used to write a lot of songs with Vanilla Ice. He's on all of Vanilla Ice's records. So he's a good friend of mine too, but we did an album together. So I'm busy. I'm super busy. I'm just, the DRP is, that name is releasing a lot of stuff right now. You know what I mean?
Right. Totally understand. For you, are there any songs standing out right now to you that you're working on, possibly other than Heroin, for this EP or a full length that you're writing on, if you could talk about it possibly?
Well, I actually got two ideas that I'm at the studio right now, and I was talking to my buddy Kyle that is my writing partner and his dad that does some studio stuff. And there's a song I actually want to write another acoustic type riff about. I want it to be called The Middle, and I already got the chorus for it together. But I want it to be about like politics, not politics in the sense of like, oh, politics, yeah. I want it to be like, I hate Republicans, I hate Democrats. We're the real Americans are in the middle. They're trying to just live their lives, you know what I mean? So I've got a really good idea for that. I already got the concept for the video down where Americans really stand up for themselves. And like, we're sick of Republicans and Democrats because we just want to live our lives the way we want. We're trying to do the best we can for ourselves, you know what I mean? And I think that's the American dream. That's where the American dream lies. It's in the middle, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what my songs I really want to write right now. And then I'm going to write, like, that's going to be more like acoustic rock. And then I got a hip-hop song that I'm submitting for some stuff with Suburban Noise where it's more hip-hop, more like 90s New York street hardcore.
Have you seen growth musically in yourself from being a record label producer and singer-songwriter? Or has it just been more of a personal growth for you, man, doing all of this?
Honestly, going through my addiction and then getting clean and then starting the label back up, yeah, there's definitely been growth in my music, but it's only because there's growth in me as a human being, you know what I mean? Like, I firmly believe the music and the business has gotten better because I understand myself more than I ever have before. You know, back in the day, I wanted to write either as metalhead, I wanted to write the most metalist fucking song of all time, and as a hip-hop guy, I wanted to write the craziest verse of all time so all MCs would worship me. And I don't look at it that way anymore, you know what I mean? I look at it as I'm more confident as a human being now because I know who I am. I don't need to be the greatest of this. I don't need to be the greatest of that. I just need to be myself. And that's a very calling experience when you write or produce for anyone else. You know who you are. It sounds cheesy as fuck. I get it. It sounds very hippie-ish, but I can't explain it any other way. You know what I mean? To know yourself, it sounds hippie-ish, but to know yourself, you become a better songwriter. You become a better producer. You don't need to worry about what other people think about you. You know what I mean?
What can fans expect at a show from you once you take this out on the road, man?
Ruckus, and a lot of fucking ruckus and some drinking. My hype man that goes out on the road with me, Rick Dog, he's one of my best friends, but between him and me, we drink a lot of whiskey. So there's a lot of ruckus. There's a lot of laughing. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm not trying to be gangster. I'm not trying to be metal. I'm just trying to have a good time, and I want the crowd to have a good time. So What Ruckus means to me is we're all having a good time together, and I'm punching Rick in the face. I punched him in the face a couple times on stage. Yeah.
So we're living in the digital era of recording albums to get music out quicker. Plus, we got social media now to reach out to more fans and folks. Do you like this that we're living in now, or no?
Yes and no. Here's why. Obviously, it's great for the musician to have all these different platforms, but at the same time, there's so many different people that say they're musicians now that really aren't. You know what I mean? So, as I get it, as a person that just wants to listen to music, they have so many different options. Like, well, I don't know where to start because there's a million rappers, there's a million metal artists, there's a million punk rock artists all over Instagram, all over Facebook. How do you figure out which ones are legit, which ones aren't? You know what I mean? Back in the day, this is how you did it back in the day. You built up a local following, right? You had your local following, and then you started doing shows in other cities within a couple hours of you. And you just kept growing your region. And then you tried to get on your local radio stations. Nowadays, I mean, that was hard work. You know what I mean? Like, we had to go out and fucking grind. Nowadays, all you have to do is create an Instagram account and then have some no-name hack give you a beat, or you just write some shitty riff and try to go viral by singing something stupid. You get 1 million fucking followers over something stupid, but it went viral, and then you try to write an album like, oh yeah, I'm a legitimate artist. I don't like that. But at the same time, there's a lot of great artists that got discovered because of Instagram, because of YouTube, because of Facebook. You know what I mean? Like, it's a double-edged sword.
What made you want to become a musician? What was that spark for you that said, yeah, that's what I want to do right there?
I knew it from the minute. Honestly, it sounds cheesy, but from the minute I was born. My mom said I was in the womb, and the only time when I would kip around, she would play like Neil Young tracks and stuff, and I would calm down. When I was 2 years old, I already had a record player. I got photos of me with a record player. I loved music, you know what I mean? And as I got older, like, music has always been my life, you know what I mean? Like, I would die if there was no such thing as music. I'd be worthless, you know what I mean? Like, I love music so much. I love history of music. I love, you talking about the 70s punk rock era, you talk 70s disco era. I want to know it all. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why. It's a flame inside of my soul that music drives me. You know what I mean? Like, even if I didn't do what I'm doing now, I love music so much. So I don't know. I don't know if that answered it, but music's everything for me.
Is there a country that stands out or shocks you that your music gets played in, or you actually get support in that country?
When I look at sales from Force 5 Records, they have a lot in Germany and Japan and stuff like that. Japan all the time. I had a song from my old band Soar that did a couple songs on. It was called Initial D. It was like one of Tokyo's most famous like animes from like 2002, 2003. And still to this day, I get a lot of people from Tokyo that hit me up because we had songs on that. It was a video game and a DVD series. And still to this day, I've never toured Japan yet, but I get a lot of hits from Japan in Tokyo.
Do you have a band on the bucket list that you would like to tour with, or maybe even do an old school album split with, possibly? I know you've done a lot of stuff, but is there any possibly?
Well, anything with Slayer or Suicidal Tendencies. I actually, a couple years ago, this was probably about 10 years ago, I hit up Mike Muir. I was like, I really want to do You Can't Bring Me Down. I want to remake that song. And I asked him to do the song with me, and he's like, I won't do the song with you, but he's like, I won't say yes or no that you redo it, but I'd prefer you not. So I never redid it. You know what I mean? But
right.
Mike Muir, I mold myself after Mike Muir. I think Mike Muir is God to me. You know what I mean? Like, I love Suicidal Tendencies, but also Slayer, anything for Slayer. So if I could work with either one of them, I would probably shit my pants. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah.
As a record label owner, what is it that you like to see in a band that would make you approach them to get them on your label, or what would you like to see a band have before they come and try to get on your label, possibly?
I want them to understand the business. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like bands that don't understand how it works. You know, like, I'm not Sony Records, and even Sony Records doesn't do what they used to do. Like, I'm not here to just do everything for you. I want to see a band that is working their ass off, booking their own shows, making ads for themselves, graphics. Like, they understand, like, this world we live in now with music. Like, you need to figure out your own videos. You need to do all this. I can help you with contact. I can help you with promoting, and I can do a lot for you. But in this, especially with my label and stuff, it's still an indie label. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of footwork you have to do on your own. You have to believe in yourself. So I've actually worked with some bands, and I stopped working with them, or MCs bands that I just felt they wanted me to do everything for them, and that's not how it works. I've done this all independently for so long now. Even when I've had managers, I still want to be hands-on with shit. Like, it's probably my blue-collar Midwest mentality. I need to get dirty and do it myself. You know what I mean? And that's not controlling. I don't mind that people do things for me. It's just I just want to make sure I can do whatever I can to make things right. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I need just like that.
Folks, you want to get out and check out Donnie, a.k.a. the DRP, new video called Heroin. You want to get out and check it, listen to this video, which is really, really good stuff. Donnie, my friend, a.k.a. the DRP, how can folks stay in touch with you? All this good stuff that's going to come out, hit the fan, whatever. How can they do that, my friend?
Yeah, you can check out the DRP and all my artists at force5records.com. It's FORCE, the number 5 records.com. You can check us out on Facebook at Force5 Records, at Instagram at Force5 Records, and go to the YouTube. We have Force5 Records. So check it out. I appreciate you taking the time for me, and I really, really appreciate it. You know what I mean? Like, it's guys like you that help me push what I'm doing and pushing music in general, because I love music so much. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's saved my life, man. There's a big story with me with music, so I'll never let it go. I'll help everybody till the day I die with it. So that's just how I am.
Goosebumps, brother. You gave me goosebumps when we became best friends.
Hey, before I let you go, would you care to do a promo for my show?
Yeah, this is Donnie, a.k.a. the DRP, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour. Ruckus!
Everybody stick around. We got some great stuff coming up, and you only hear these interviews right here on BODS Mayhem Hour and BODS Mayhem Radio Network. Please get out, check out our Facebook page. It has our YouTube link, plus our podcast link, and hopefully soon our Twitch link. Also, get out and check out Donnie, a.k.a. the DRP. Check out his new video called Heroin, and plus get out and check out Force 5 Records and DRP's website as well. So, as always, man, thank you so much, and you're always welcome back on the show anytime.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
You're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.